Hey, um, so I really liked your thoughts on having participation be a larger percentage than you even maybe would tests, because I definitely agree with you. Tests only demonstrate your knowledge of being able to memorize that information, whereas, doing activities and projects and things like that, you really get a sense of where kids stand as far as their understanding of the subject that you're trying to teach. Um, and I agree with you that in science, being able to communicate your work verbally as well as written is really, really, really important because in the science community, at least I know for geologies, we have GSA, the Geological Society of America, where we write a paper, where a paper is written, and then it is. Sorry, then it is delivered. You deliver information on your work at a conference later on, so it's really, really important to do both of those. I definitely agree with you. I like the idea of being able to have students orally communicate their thoughts on a specific subject. I also like the idea of monitoring progress and achievement and effort through some sort of written logs. I think not only is that going to help you as a teacher, but it'll cultivate your observational skills as well. It'll kind of hone you into those things the more that you start to pay attention to them, and then obviously that'll help you down the road. Develop new techniques or see what's working and see what's not working. So I really, really like that idea of keeping written logs. As your answer, your discussion on classroom management, uh, I really liked the idea of having smooth transitions. I think that's really important. A lot of times I feel like when I abruptly transition into something, it's really, really difficult for me. So I think that having smooth transitions between activities is really important. And I know it may not be able to happen every time, but I think that if that can be the majority, it'll really, really help students out. Just that kind of flow from activity to activity. And of course, in a science classroom, I think it's really important to have an active learning environment. I think that kids need to be able to do things as many hands-on things as possible. Work in groups, stations, whatever you can do. Have students work on different stations, and then maybe teach what they've learned to other students on the other stations, to kind of test their knowledge and stuff and be able to observe that. So I thought that was just a really well thought out way of discussing classroom management.